So, question for everybody. How many times does it take for you to be lied to until you realize you don't need to trust them? I've come to the point, with the media in particular, Stonk, whatever you want to call it, was a good example, I think, of the media lying and then backing hedge funds to make them not lose so much money. They decided to manipulate the stocks for silver, and they keep mentioning silver. And I can't help but notice that CNN is like full stock and barrel, just, doing their thing, lying for the hedge funds. And I was like, okay, well, I happen to be following the Reddit threads and the Discord chat. Why are you lying to me? Here's the fun thing to do. How to sift through lies. I think somebody needs to tell you the skills. So here's what I do. Granted, I have a lot of time on my hands. So what it comes down to is how can you do this quickly as to not waste time, figure things out, and understand what's going on. Let's take the GameStop stuff real quick as an example. I think that's going to be an easy one to go through. So they're all telling you buy silver. Oh no, you guys are high volatility. Oh no, you might face criminal charges for not doing anything criminal. Well, here's a thought. You can go to the Reddit posts. Any of you ever been on Reddit? You don't need an account to be on Reddit. You can go there and just look. Just like Twitter. Just like Facebook. Go and look. What do they say? If you don't know how Reddit works, you can figure it out quickly enough. Up votes get higher, down votes go lower, that type of thing. So if you have an unpopular opinion, you get suppressed by democracy. Pure democracy suppresses your opinion if nobody likes it. Isn't that amazing? Anyways, I guess it's a good example of pure democracy. That'd be kind of fun, wouldn't it? Hunger Games on Reddit. Anyways, what if you go to Reddit and you go look at that post and you find out that the media lied to you about what's being said? What do? Do you go back to the media and say, hey now, could you start telling the truth? You know they won't. They don't listen to people. They think they are the arbiters of truth. They think they are, for lack of a better term, the ministry of truth. They fact check every word that's said on the internet. Like there was a post recently. Actually, Facebook's more guilty of this than anything. But there was a post recently about all the quotes where Democrats have called for violence. Literal violence. And some people have carried it out. Remember the Bernie Sanders shooter? No, nobody remembers the Bernie Sanders shooter. Because Bernie doesn't take credit for it. The media does not cover it. They cover their asses. That's what happens. There was another senator that got shot at a baseball game because Bernie Sanders said these people are a threat. They need to be taken care of. Instead of saying, I don't agree with his policies and I don't agree with his plans and I think I got a better idea. You could have said it that way and then, well, shit, that's innocuous, almost. Sure as hell doesn't cause panic or riot or whatever. Now look at what the Democrats have been saying. I know I'm going off on a little side tangent here, but that's okay. Because they're also lying too. How many times do you get lied to until you realize you're being lied to? I just dropped my phone. Sad. These people are a threat to our democracy. our democracy. You're included now, even though we don't have a democracy. We have a representative republic with democratic overtones, where you get to vote your politician who's supposed to work for you, not against you. They're a threat to our democracy. These people are like insurrectionists. They are alt-right evil. Alt-right. Alternative right. There's no alt-left, but there's an alt-right. They're white supremacists run by a black Cuban. Yeah. Name another group. Does anybody remember the KKK at all? Really? They were white supremacists, right? Did they let anyone but white people into their little club? Did they let a black Cuban into the KKK? The obvious answer is fucking no. They're white supremacists. Why would they let in a black Cuban into their white supremacist group? That's retarded. I mean, the obvious answer is blaring in front of them, but they listen to the media anyways because they trust the media over common sense. A little bit of thought would have went, wait a second, I'm being lied to. Just a little bit. So here's what I do. Here's the tools that I use. Every claim that I see from the media, I go check it out. It takes me 10 seconds. Reddit said this. I go to Reddit. No, they didn't. You're lying to me. The president said this. No, he didn't. I went and listened to his speech. Some of those times it takes like an hour, and it is kind of grinding to the ears to listen to Trump, to say the least. Like, I hate the way he speaks when he's shooting from the hip, off the cuff, not reading a script. Oh my God, it's just... ugh. And the way he makes his O's and shit, this, oh my God, just, what the fuck, dude? Anyways, I go listen. I may not like the guy, but at least I listen. No, he didn't say that. The very fine people, white supremacists, very fine people, supposedly. No, that's not what he said. He did say there's very fine people. Good. You told a half-truth. He said on both sides, but he still condones the white supremacy and the racism on both sides. So, here's the tools. Real simple one. Fact check the fact checkers. Is that really what was said? No? All right. You're lying to me. Why should I care? So, the other indicator of everybody not paying attention is if you go into the threads, you look into the comments. What are the comments saying? Is it just about the headline, or is it about the story? The thing is, I don't go past the headlines anymore on pretty much all main media. Because if their headline's crap, why should I listen to the rest of it? That's a waste of time. Why should I care what liars tell me? I look at the top posts. They give you just enough breadcrumbs to want to click on that link, right? I'll go to archive today and look at the archive of the post that was being claimed that they said something here this one time. Because I refuse to give them any ad revenue. I won't click on their links. I won't do anything of the sort. So, they don't deserve my traffic. I'm not going to give it to them. But at any rate, simple tools. Fact check the fact checkers. They made a claim. Go take a look. Like the one post that I put up on my Facebook recently where they made a bunch of claims. Saying, these are all calls to violence. No, nobody cares. But Trump said this. Go protest peacefully. And oh my God, that's insurrection. That's what he's being impeached for. Go protest peacefully. Never mind what Maxine Waters said, what AOC has said. Now suddenly, by the way, she claims that she was in one place where she wasn't. She claims she was in danger when she wasn't. You can look up the address of her office. She said she was in her office. The riots were nowhere near her office. Then all of a sudden, I was raped. Yeah, I'm a rape survivor. No, you're not. No, you're fucking not. I don't buy it for a second. She's a bullshit artist. She's a liar. She's one of those pretty girls that'll tell you anything just to get so you can get them like them. You know, that'll spin a yard so you can give her sympathy because she likes the attention. Anyways, I can complain all day about liars because it violates one of my principles. Don't lie. But what can you do about them? Call them out on their bullshit all the time. Never argue for them because you don't argue for liars. And keep that up. I mean, seriously. What's the point in listening to a liar? Well, there is a small grain of truth in every little bullshit tale they tell you. For example, AOC told us she was at her office. Oh. So you were safe then. But everything else she says around it was a lie. She was in danger. Senator Cruz and these other people tried to have me murdered. All this other shit. You were in your office, though. You told us this, right? There was no one storming your office or your building at all. No one. So, a little bit of work, man. It's all it takes. Don't be lazy. Maybe that should be a principle. Although I'm pretty lazy, so I'm not sure I'd live up to that principle. Don't be lazy with this. With knowledge, question everything. My third principle. I question every word that comes out of everyone's mouth. I don't believe anyone anymore because truth is never given to you. It is always sought and found. Knowledge isn't something you get handed to you on a silver plate. Knowledge is something discovered. Even the stuff that we kind of already know, like how gravity works, you still have to, you experience it. You understand it. You do the little apple and feather drop thingy to figure out how it works. Everyone rediscovers the same knowledge. You can read it in a book or several books claiming gravity is this, gravity is that, and kind of get a frame around it. Hence why the people that read a lot of books are usually the most intelligent, is because they're trying to grab from multiple sources of knowledge to create a framework of a thing. When you go to college, do you take one course on your major or do you take several on your major? If you go to college. If high school. When you go to high school, do you take one class? Like, let's say you do band. Are you in one class in band? Or have you gone to band repeatedly over several years? Not only are you learning a skill at that sense, but you're also learning the knowledge of music and how things work, and harmony and melody, synergy, rhythm, different ways to count. Because it's all math, actually. You'll learn that eventually, too. You discover the same things people discovered before. It just takes a little bit of effort. So why sit there and listen to bullshit artists? Take a little bit of effort and sift through their bullshit. That's all it takes. Anyways, I thought I'd leave this one out here because it covers a lot of different subjects. I'm trying not to cover the news specifically because everybody does that. I figure my time's best served by giving people the tools to sift through bullshit, give them some principles, and help people understand the root cause, the underlying principles of the horse shit we're being fed these days. I think that's more important than reading a news article and giving those sons of bitches any reference or credibility. I still do it every once in a while because I find things funny, but, you know, it is what it is. I will see you next time. Please like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Click the little notification bell, whatever. Leave a comment, because apparently comments are what now throttle the algorithm, so I'll get detected. That way YouTube will quit suppressing my channel, which will be great eventually. Anybody under 1,000 subs gets suppressed, apparently. I would have been well above that by now had they not changed the algorithms so that I don't exist. So pass me around, recommend me to your friends if you find this interesting, and I'll see you next time.
Do it again.